collective. I hope you guys are doing well. My energy has been kind of weird-ish, kind of low-ish during this retrograde. We are retrograding. Mercury is in retrograde from it has been from the 30th of January to the 20th of February. So just be very aware, careful of your communications and all of that good stuff while this transit is happening. But today we're going to do a reading. Let's get into it, Aquarius. I already shuffled. The energy around you is time to decide. Make a decision based on your heart's true desires. And then the energy surrounding your love life is free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So maybe you've just finally made a decision on something. You just finally, yeah. It's either you have just made a decision on something, are about to make a decision, or your guides are nudging you to make a decision. So let's see what that means in the tarot. How do Aquariuses feel at the moment? Show me what I need to see for Aquarius right now. How are they feeling? I just saw the Four of Pentacles pop out, then jump back in. Okay. How are my Aquas feeling right now? Alright. Okie dokie, Aquas, you are feeling something has changed in terms of your perspective of a thing, a person, something. It's very much in line with this. I feel like you just made a decision. The Ace of Swords is here, so I know you're seeing something from a brand new lens, but it was time. It's been time for you to see this thing, and it's like the universe changing some stuff up. The universe, yeah, changing things in your favor. Even if it doesn't feel like it's in your favor, the universe is bringing some stuff now more. Yeah, and I feel like this has to do with the making something fair, making something just, whether that is in your favor or in someone else's favor. But there's something that I feel like you are very clear on, that I feel like you no longer want. Yeah, I feel like this is you. Let's continue. Tell me about this Four of Cups. What is this Four of Cups? You no longer want to take action. What is this Four of Cups? You want to close something out? Okay, I got that. With the Three of Cups. Okay, so you may want to end a friendship. You may want to... Yeah, all right. This is going to be very different for a lot of you. So some of you, this is a closing of a chapter of your life. Something that is no longer appealing to who you are evolving to be. For some of you, this is a imbalance in friendships around you. This is an imbalance in friendships around you and circles that no longer serve you, and you no longer being satisfied, or no longer wanting to exert energy, or no longer wanting to put any of your energy into these spaces. So I feel like this Three of Cups is going to represent, this can represent a group for some of you. This can represent just a general chapter of your life on, like, let's say you're transitioning to another area and you won't be able to see your friends as much because you'll be hyper focused on something else, you know? So I feel like there's a no longer being satisfied with something around you. Tell me about this Ace of Swords. All right. Having a new perspective on where you have invested in the past and possibly revoking your investments, or being real with yourself about what has and what has not been growing. Yeah, I feel like it's being very, very real with yourself about what is. Some of you, this is what is practical, balancing your practicality with your passions. Some of this is really, some of this can look like evaluating your finances, things that you have already invested in, to see if they are bringing the rewards that you intended for them to bring, or that you thought that they had the potential to bring. Some of you, this is looking at ideas that you have had and being very real with yourself about how you have not been, or how these ideas have not been able to grow because you have not put the energy that you have necessarily needed to put into whatever craft you have, or whatever business you have, or whatever thing you're trying to grow. Because we have the Page of Wands, we have the Knight of Pentacles energy, we have the Five of Cups, and we have the Seven of Pentacles. So being very, very coulda, woulda, shouldas, or feeling like you're really, I feel like a very self-judgment energy, like you're really evaluating yourself, but I don't really feel like it's in a negative way. I feel like it's just a careful analysis of self, like, okay, where am I right now? What did I invest in? What didn't turn out how I wanted it to turn out? What could have turned out better, but really I just did not put the energy into it. I wasn't practical enough, I wasn't stable enough, I wasn't, like I just acted on inspiration whenever I felt inspired to do something. There's no logical sequence to my flow. I was just doing when I felt inspired to do, which is great, but we all know that with fire energy, fire burns out, and so that's why we need earth to temperate. So I feel like here, just being very, very clear about some new perspective that you're having. Tell me about this Wheel of Fortune. Some of you, this is a relationship, definitely, because the Wheel of Fortune is clarified by the Lover's card and the Queen of Cups. But I don't necessarily think it means a relationship for every single one of you. I don't think this will resonate for a relationship for every one of you. But this can talk about a change in perspective as it relates to partnerships, as it relates to the coming together of something or a group of people, as it pertains to a union. As this could be in your business, this could be whatever this is resonating, wherever it's resonating with you, but in whatever area. It's almost like there's a change for you to be more. Kids are outside. Wow, okay, little kiddo. Yeah, almost like a change. Some of you, this is going to be a change that's happening with a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or a water sign is triggering this change in you. Tell me about the Justice card. Tell me about the Justice card. Ooh, too many. Tell me about the Justice card, please. Okay. Yeah. You're closing something out with someone. Or, yeah, you're closing something out. You're definitely no longer satisfied with something. And it reeks. It reeked from the very beginning of your reading. Time to decide for yourself. I feel like, though, you know, but it's... What's coming... What's the outcome of this? What's the outcome of this? What will Aquarius... What's coming up for Aquarius? So this is the thing. I feel like you know this, Aquarius, and this is why I asked this. Because I'm just like, you know, and you're still not going to do anything. Some of you, like, I feel like you've known this. You've had this perspective shift. So why aren't you acting on it? I feel like that's why your guides are like, decide, free yourself. You know, if you've been contemplating that it's time to close a chapter with a person, if you've been contemplating, you've been having a niggling feeling that just keeps coming back to you, maybe I shouldn't be here, maybe this isn't the person, maybe whatever, maybe it shouldn't be so difficult. It's time to finally decide. Like, just because the person is, you know, like, whatever, it doesn't matter what they're doing, but you, now it's the ball is in your court. What are you gonna do, regardless of whatever the other person you're dealing with wants to do? But I feel like, yeah, there's a change here in a relationship dynamic with a person, a group of people. And I feel like you're ready to take a different approach. The thing with the Two of Wands when it comes up is something has not been working and we're ready to do something else. And that's the energy that that's the energy that I feel like you're in. Let's get some advice for you. No. Why am I using this deck? Let's get advice from the Wisdom of the Oracle. Actually, no. Let's get advice from Work Your Light. Sorry, can't decide today. Okay, what's the advice for Aquarius? What's the advice for Aquarius, please? Advice for Aquarius placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node. What is their advice? Warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? Of course, you do not have to be a woman. This is just an archetype. Alright. Warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? You are here for a reason. You are being called to bravely pave a path. Have you answered your highest and deepest calling? Living a heart and soul-led life is not all fluffy and smooth sailing. Living a heart and soul-led life requires courage and triumph over fear. So often, warfarers are the gatekeepers to our greatest gifts. And the more resistance we have towards answering a call, the more important it is to our soul's growth. Sometimes fear is an indication that we are facing the right way. Joan of Arc was known for her courage and her famous line, "I'm not afraid. I was born to do this." But the thing about courage is that it is not possible without fear. So if you are feeling afraid, what is needed is courage. And courage comes from living from the heart. Think of your fears as opportunities to expand, rather than things that are holding you hostage. If you look at your fears in this light, then as uncomfortable as it might feel, it's actually a sign that you are on the right track. Have you answered your deepest calling? And this will resonate on many different levels for many of you. But for a lot of you, I feel like this is about something that you inherently know to be true, but you are just a little bit afraid or resisting pulling the trigger or making the final decision, or finally letting yourself go, or something like that. So if you want to book a personal reading with me, my calendar is down below. I hope you enjoyed this. Remember to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you next time. Bye.